All right, and welcome to this edition of the Kenton County Webinar Series. Today's webinar is on Edmodo and getting started in Edmodo. So far we have 5 people on the call. And if you notice in your chat box, I posted you can view the webinar back channel at kcsdonlinepd.titanpad.com/13. That TitanPad looks like this. If you want to create an Edmodo account, you can do that at kcsd.edmodo.com. You'll see that on line 5. And then your school code is listed in lines 8 through 16. So you will need that code when you log in. And as we go through, these codes will make more and more sense to you. So the first thing we'll do is go through our PowerPoint. And so what is Edmodo? Edmodo is a free social learning network for teachers, students, schools, and districts. Basically, it's Facebook for schools. It's very Facebook-like. However, it has a lot of controls that we can keep the network safe for the kids and the teachers. It's a safe and easy way to connect. You can exchange ideas, share content, access homework, grades, and school notices. And when it says grades, that does not mean Infinite Campus. Infinite Campus doesn't like sharing with anybody. So what that means is there is a built-in grade book. So you can give quizzes in Edmodo and have it graded for you. And then you'll have to manually transfer those grades into Infinite Campus. The districts and school subdomains give a flexible suite of tools so we can monitor usage, manage users, and communicate across the district. The district does have a master subdomain. That's that kcsd.edmodo.com. That's why we ask you to log in there. Each school has their own subdomain, but it's all managed through the KCSD subdomain, so you don't need to worry about a school login spot. Edmodo was founded in late 2008, and it's now being used by millions of teachers and students around the world. The secure platform ensures safety and privacy for students. It is a closed environment. The only way that students can get in is with a code from you. That's the only way they can create access. There's no private information required from students. Email is optional. They don't put in their birth date. They don't put anything in but a username and a password. And of course their first and last name. All communications are archived. That's particularly important with the district subdomain because we can go in, even if a student deletes something, we can still go in and get it. Teacher has full management control, and that subdomain gives us greater control. Each principal or assistant that's in Edmodo has been set up as a school administrator so that they can go in and manage it from the school level. So to create your Edmodo account, you'll go to kcsd.edmodo.com, and these are the different screenshots you'll see. What you should see is a picture that says Edmodo for the Kenton County School District. Where it's circled in red here, it says I'm a teacher. That's where you'll click. You'll create your own username, your own password, type in your email address, use any email address you want, click your title. You want Mr., Miss, Mrs., or whatever the options are there. If you're a doctor, you can choose doctor. That's important because when you're dealing with the students, it will never refer to you by your first name. It will always say, in my case, it would say Mr. Bonhouse. And then you'll type in your first name and your last name, and then click Sign Up. Now, for the district subdomain, actually the first box will ask for your school code, and if you look at the TitanPad, that will have your school code there. So whatever code you need, you'll type that code in and type in the rest of your information. Your teacher landing page will look something like this. So you can see it looks very much like Facebook. You can store the 3 little books at your library. You can store unlimited content for easy reuse and sharing. You can create groups for classes and professional development. So not only is this handy for using with your students, it's also handy for using it for PD and personal learning networks. You can encourage collaboration and participation in classroom discussions. So you'll see here in the center, there's homework that was assigned by this teacher. And down below that, you'll see they also had a chat with the district librarian so that you can talk to certain people. You can post assignments, reminders, polls, or discussion questions. And we'll do a live feed of what all this looks like. The student view. So what does it look like from a student view? Well, students receive notifications for new grades, new assignments, alerts, and replies. That will show up in the notification box. And students can only send messages to the entire group or directly to the teacher. They cannot, I repeat, they cannot chat with each other. That functionality is not, and from what they tell us, will never be in Edmodo. It's not designed as a chat feature for kids. So this is the student view. It looks very much like your teacher view. Students have unlimited storage for documents, videos, and other resources. And when that says unlimited, this PowerPoint was created by Edmodo, so they're the ones that put in unlimited there. So they do have unlimited storage for documents, videos, and other resources. Students can only join groups. They cannot create them. So you don't have to worry about kids creating some funky group. They simply cannot do it. What does Edmodo look like in the classroom? Something tells me that slide was out of place. So update your account settings once you're in. If you click on your account, you can upload a photo, or you can select from their list. You can select your school and connect with your peers. Now, for selecting your schools by using the district subdomain, your school will automatically be listed here, as long as you type in the correct school code. That school will be listed here. You don't have to worry about your school. You can customize your email or text notifications. When we're in the live site, we'll look at exactly what that looks like, because if you don't change those, it will drive you crazy with emails. You can choose your privacy settings. So who do you want to hear from? You can claim your own personal URL. We really don't worry too much about that. Oops. But that's there if you want to use it. It's a way you can send that out to other teachers to connect with you. Create your profile. So you can create your own profile. The profile is only visible to other teachers. Students do not see your profile. So you can tell people about yourself in the center here, about me. You can find teacher connections, and notice there's 2 spots here where you can find connections. Now that's connections with other teachers, not connections with students. So for example, if you have a friend, I have a friend that teaches in North Carolina. She and I have connected on Edmodo through the connections. That way I can send her direct messages through Edmodo. Went a little fast for me here. There are teacher badges. These are relatively new. I have not had a chance to explore those. But you'll notice all the little edit buttons. You can go in and edit. Creating groups. So over on the left in your groups, it'll say join or create. You will give the group a group name, select a grade, or you can select a range of grades. You select your subject area, and then there are some advanced options there. You just click create. Once you hit create, you will get a group code and a join group URL. So you can send out an email link to join the group, and when you do that, whoever clicks on that, you will still have to approve them coming into the group. There are some other options within that group code that will be important as we go through here. So students sign up. This is how students will sign up to use Edmodo. Students must have a group code to register, so when you create the group, you give your students that code. They type it in, they create their own username, their own password, or if you so choose, you could create it for them. Their email is optional. They do not have to have email to get into this. And they'll type in their first and last name and then sign up. So they'll go to the same place, kcsd.edmodo.com, click on I'm a student. Then they'll get this box. The student profile, they can monitor their progress right here. They can view their badges here, and you do have the ability to create student badges. So back into the teacher mode, managing your groups, so you can review grades, reset passwords, and set students to read only. If you set a student to read only, that means they cannot post. All they can do is read what's written there. That would be your leverage for kids that are misusing Edmodo or posting something like, what are you having for lunch today? You can create subgroups within your group, so if you click on small groups, it will allow you to create smaller groups. You can access the parent codes, which we'll talk about in a little bit. You can award badges and remove members. So to access that, all you have to do is click on the group on the left side. It will bring up your members and everything in here. Badges. So when you're creating badges, you can access the badges from the group member list or the student profile. You can use preloaded badges or create your own. So what you see listed right here already, these are the ones by Edmodo. So those are the ones already in there. And you click on New Badge to create a new badge. Now, parents have the ability to create their own account and log in and see what their students are doing. So the parents must have a parent code to register. They cannot get into Edmodo without that parent code. And they can retrieve their parent code from their child's Edmodo account, or if you watched on the group page, you can download the parent codes and distribute those to the parents. So the parent will put in their parent code, choose their relation. There's mom, dad, and then I think other is another one. There might be grandparent. So if you have kids that are in a split household, mom and dad can each have their own account. They'll create their own username, password, put in their email, their first and last name, and sign up. This is what the parent view looks like. So the parents have a dashboard view of all their child's assignments, grades, and calendar notices. They can also send, teachers can also send parents messages, and vice versa. Posting messages. So when you post, you'll click in your group, you'll type your post, and then you'll have to pick who you want to send it to. So you can send a message to a group, or you can post direct messages to specific students or teacher connections. You can select to post a note, you can select alert, assignment, or poll. A note is just a generic post. An alert is something like, it's picture day tomorrow, don't forget to dress nice. You can post an assignment, which would be homework. You can post a quiz, and then you can also post a poll. Now, polls are different than quizzes because polls are completely anonymous. There's no way to know who answered what. Quizzes take grades. You can embed videos. You can attach files, links, or any documents from your Edmodo library connection. And if it's not already in your Edmodo library and you attach it here, it will automatically put it into your library. One of the newer features they have, it's only a few months old, is you can now schedule your post. So if you don't want it to go out for a week and you're working ahead, you can schedule that. Your Edmodo library. So if you go into the library, you can upload, store, and edit content to your personal library. You have unlimited storage. It's accessible anywhere. And if you have an iOS device, there is an app for that. There's also an Android app for Edmodo, and they're both free. You can organize your library into folders and share files and folders with groups. When we get in, you'll get into a training group so that you get the idea of joining a group, and you'll see the folders that I have already shared with that group. So over here on the left, you can create folders and then share them. Creating an assignment. So you can view and grade assignments as students turn them in. So down here it'll tell you turned in, and when you click on that it'll tell you who turned it in. You can look at what they turned in and grade it. You can click Load Assignment to easily pull up a previously given assignment, so it saves your assignments. And all you have to do then is click on Load, and it will pull it up. Grading assignments. See this little highlighter here? You can click there to annotate an attached Word file, and all annotations are saved automatically. So if a student sends something back, you can annotate it and send it right back to them. Then you even have little emoticons here to let them know what you thought of their submission. You can even type in comments down here. Over here you'll see your grade book. Notice students can comment back, and a permanent record is kept for reference. Students, again, can attach documents, links, or embed video, and teachers can annotate assignments. Creating quizzes. You can select to create a new quiz or load a previously created quiz. You add a quiz title, instructions, time limit, and choose whether you'd like to allow students to view results immediately. You can even put a time limit here. Here's your title. Then you can even preview the quiz. You can choose from multiple choice, true or false, fill in the blank, or short answer questions. And notice you can attach links or documents from the library. Down in the bottom right corner, you'll set the correct answer. You can select individual students to view their responses and grade short answer questions. This is how you grade the quizzes. You can view the number of correct responses by question, so you get a question breakdown. You can look at the high scores. You can see when it's due. You can even send messages to the kids before they take it. This is what the grade book looks like. So you can add a new assignment such as attendance or participation. You can manually add or change a grade to the grade book. The export option allows you to transfer grades to another program. Now, I don't know how well that works with Infinite Campus. If there's anybody that wants to try that, I don't know that you can import, but if that's something you want to try, I'm happy to come out and work on that with you. But again, I really don't know how well that's going to work, because I don't have classes in Infinite Campus to test that with. You can view grades and badges from here, and scores are updated automatically after each assignment is graded and recorded. There is a planner, and you can manually enter things. So as you do assignments, it'll put those on here. So here's a field trip. They'll show some other things on here, and you'll notice the different colorings. Those are color-coded by groups and by events. So we'll get into that as we actually play live with the site. You can filter by group, or you can view all. You can add class events, school events, or review scheduled assignments. You can view by month or week. Insights and reactions. Oops, got a happy finger there. These are based on student reactions to assignments, so students can react to assignments. They must submit a reaction with their assignment. This gets calculated into insights. That's a new tool that we're still playing with to figure out what it's doing. The Discover button over here. You can check in here and then see what other teachers are teaching. So like you're currently teaching biology, you can see other classes. You can find more digital content in the Browse Topics section. You can add content to your library, so if somebody's got some content that you like, you can go get it. The recent activity, that's live information about students and teachers in your groups. You will see logins, apps, and content all surfaced here. So as you look at this, you can see when they've logged in, when they've earned badges, that kind of stuff. There are apps. This a little less than a year old, the apps are. Some of them are free, some of them are not, but you can assign apps to classes. You can go to the store and buy apps. If you watch during the summer, I don't know if they'll do it again this summer, but this past summer, if you did a survey about the apps, they gave you $100 credit for free apps. So, keep an eye out on that. If you just watch the Edmodo blog, it's blog.edmodo.com. They'll usually put that kind of thing out there. But you can view your purchased apps. You can browse apps in the store. Here's what the store looks like. So here's how the apps work in the store. So if we look at vocabularyspellingcity.com, when it says group, this price is per group. So it's $49.99 per group. So if you have 4 groups in Edmodo, it's going to cost $200 for Vocabulary Spelling City. Whereas if you look at this fractions one here, that's unlimited. You can give that to as many groups as you want, and this one's free. You can filter by paid and free apps. You can browse by subject area, recently added, and suggested. If you're somebody that uses Socrative, Socrative is a free app that integrates very well with Edmodo. You can even link to any iOS devices or any device that uses Socrative. You can tie it all together, so they could actually take the quiz outside of Edmodo and still have it come into Edmodo, the Edmodo gradebook. So when you purchase apps, this is where your purchase app screen. So if you purchase Tom Sawyer, then you would check the box which group you want it to go in. Then it determines what your total is, because this one's $20 a group. Now, I don't know how this would work with POs. Nobody's asked me yet, and when that question comes up, we'll find out. Most people have stuck with the free apps, but you can launch a demo here, purchase credit, and then, like I said, choose which groups it goes to. Then you would purchase and install it. Now, the last time I checked, the app license lasted for a year. I don't know if they've changed that, because I know they were getting a lot of grief over that. People didn't want to have to pay for it for a second year. As soon as I find out some more information about that, I'll pass it on. Mobile access, you can get updates and notifications on the go. There's a mobile app available for iOS and Android. And you can access Edmodo on any mobile browser at m.edmodo.com. So Edmodo for professional development. There are professional communities within Edmodo. And if you look at the bottom left corner, we'll do this live, you'll see the Edmodo communities. There's one for each subject area. There's one for professional development. You'll see health and PE, career and tech ed. Below that, there's also digital content. So like Archidemics is in there. If you're a Glogster user, Glogster has a community within Edmodo. We'll see the full live list once we get in there. School and district communities. Since we have the subdomain, we have the school and district community. What you'll see when you log in on the left towards the bottom is you'll see, and you'll see it down here, you'll see the name of your middle or high school, and then below that you'll see Kenton County School District. With those, we can communicate to schools and to the district through announcements. So we can also schedule school and district-wide meetings and events. Thought just went through my head. And then we can also encourage school and district-wide communication through here. You can create a PD group, and that's what I've done, and that's what you'll get to experience live. You would just select professional development as your subject area. Then we can post discussion questions and polls and organize training materials into folders. Best practices for safe social networking. You want to encourage students to create their own accounts to ensure password safety. After all students join your group, lock the group code to prevent others from joining, and I will show you how to do that. You want to lock that group code to prevent anybody else from getting in, and we've already had an issue this year where some students gave out the group code and some kids from questionable backgrounds got in there and posted some inappropriate stuff. So you want to make sure you lock it down. You also want to monitor your group membership to ensure only students in your group have joined. And you do have the option to remove students from your group. You want to educate your students on proper online etiquette. Hopefully your school has already done that at this point in the year. You want to use read-only status to curb inappropriate behavior. And like I said, that read-only option is a great way to keep kids in line. If they find they can't post and all they can do is read what's going on, they're going to want to stay on the straight and narrow with Edmodo, because kids really like Edmodo from what we've seen in the last couple of years. And then always log in through the subdomain. It doesn't record anything if you're not logging into kcsd.edmodo.com. That's also beneficial to you, because if you forget your password, we can reset it from here, or somebody at your school can reset it for you. So those are the best practices. And then this says action items. These are different things that you can do. Number one, you're going to want to complete your profile. Number two, create a group and invite your students. Number three, post class materials and discussion starters within your group. And number four, join the subject area community and connect with other educators. I'll let you choose what of those, as few or as many of those as you want to do. But at this point, these are training and sports resources. They're already linked in the Edmodo training site. So what we're going to do now is jump out of the slideshow and dive directly into Edmodo. So we're going to go to kcsd.edmodo.com. And this is the screen you'll see. You'll see it says Edmodo for Kenton County School District. And you'll click on I'm a Teacher. And then it'll ask for your school code. Here are your title options: Mr., Mrs., Ms., or Dr. First name, last name, email, password. Check the box, sign up. For some reason I can't go back. Oh, here we go, cancel. While you're doing that, I'm going to check and see if there's any questions. And again, in the chat box, I will repost the back channel, because if you came in late and didn't see that link, that's where your school codes are posted. So I'm going to go ahead and log into my account. So you can see as Edmodo logs in, what we have is Over here we have latest posts, discover, and insights. We saw that in the slideshow. All of our posts are in the middle, and then all of our groups are over on the left. What I want you to do, once you're in, is click on Join, and then we'll ask you for a group code. If you look at the Titan pad, the group code for the training group is B6ZZOU. So type in B6ZZOU, and then you will be able to join the Edmodo training group. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that group. So once you're in the group, you'll see that over here is the code B6ZZOU, and then there's a drop down. So when you want to lock the group code, you can come down here and lock it. Now when you lock the code, that's when you go to unlock it later to let it, let's say a new student comes in, you need to unlock it to let them in the group. It's going to have a whole new group code, and you will always see that group code listed right here. You can also reset the code. So sometimes you may want to reset the code. You could do that there as well. So that's how you lock it down to keep that group protected. The join group URL. Let's say you're using this with other teachers. You could actually copy this link and send it out to the teachers you want to send it to. Instead of giving them the code and tell them to click on join, you can send them that link. They click on the link, log into Edmodo, and they're in the group. Then you'll have an option to approve them or not approve them. So as we come down here, the group settings, if we go into group settings, this is where we can change the group name, the subject areas. Here's the advanced options we talked about. You can default all new members to read only. You can moderate the posts and replies, and that's important. That means if a student puts something in there, if you have that box checked, you'll have to approve it or deny it before it goes live. You can also put a group description in. This is new. This wasn't here when I created this group. So we'll call this the Edmodo Training Group for Cadden County Teachers. And then down below you'll see Archive Group and Delete Group. Now if you want to save the group for posterity's sake at the end of the year, what you're going to want to do at the end of the year, and this keeps your groups from piling up on you, you'll archive the group, and then if you just want to completely get rid of it, you hit Delete Group. If you archive the group, you can bring it back later if there's something in there you need to get out. So if there was an assignment in there that you want to pull out, you can go get it if it's still archived. And then you'll just hit Save. So I'm looking to see if anybody's joined yet. I'll give you a minute in case you're joining and want to get into the group. I do see that there's a question. Am I supposed to be in the back channel now? Only to get the your school code and group code. Right now I want you to get into Edmodo. If you want to create your account. I know some people aren't comfortable with creating an account during training, but if you want to come back, you're going to want to get the group code and the school code off of the back channel. All right. Some of the other things in here. Here's that recent activity. And my recent activity is going to be a lot more than yours because I've got a lot of connections. You'll see this first one here. Grace Ting works for Edmodo. She and I go back and forth all the time about product improvements, and other things related to Edmodo. Um, she's actually sent me some stuff to give out at trainings before, a couple Edmodo t-shirts and some other Edmodo stuff. Um, so I mean, she's been a great resource, so know that that's there. Your posts, let's go ahead and look at the posts. So I could type in, welcome to those of you joining the group from the secondary webinar today. So I could attach a file, and it'll hunt for my computer for a file. Or I can attach a web link. Or I can attach something that's already in my library. Now, because I'm in the Edmodo training group, it's automatically going to select that group for me. Let's say I want to send this to Grace. Remember I told you about Grace? I could type in her first name. It'll bring me a list of people I'm connected to. And then I can just click on her. So I can send this to multiple groups, multiple people, people in groups, basically whoever you want to send it to. If I change my mind, I can hit the X and get rid of it. I can send it now, or I can schedule it. When you schedule it, you choose the day. So if this goes tomorrow, 4 o'clock, or if I've changed my mind just in the time I've clicked on that, I can send it immediately. So if I hit send now, or just send, that post will now be posted. Then all you have to do is click on reply. You've got your reactions. You can tag it, so you can search for it later by tag. Say you want to put the training tag on it, you could put a training tag on it. Then later on you come up to the search box, type in training, and that post will come up. Your alerts look a lot like normal posts, except you're limited to 140 characters. Here's what assignments look like. So you will put the title in, describe it, put a due date on it, attach any files or links you need, and then you can send it now or schedule it. And again, you can load an assignment if you've already created one. Quizzes, here's create quiz or load. We click on create, it takes us into our options. And since they've done that PowerPoint, they've actually added a new one. They now have matching. And if you've already got questions in there, you can add them. But here's what matching looks like. And if you decide you didn't want matching, you want a multiple choice, you could choose that. We are actually going to back out of this. And then poll, I could type in a poll. Here's my question. I'll just leave it there. Are your current students currently using Edmodo? Yes. No. I can add answers. Again, I can send it now. I can schedule it. You pick the group it goes to, and you hit send. So now there's a poll here that people in this group can go vote on. So that's how we work with the groups. Oops. Excuse me. Are there any questions about how to manage the groups? No problem following you on your screen. That's perfectly all right. If you can always go back in later and work on it yourself. Back channel will not load. That's interesting because it's set to public. Let me try copying and pasting the link again. See if you can get it to load. Alright, so let's go in and get to the profiles. So if you click the drop down on account and go to settings, you would think you would go to profile, but you don't. You go to settings. This is where you would upload your photo. You can see my photos of Reds baseball, or you can select any one of these preloaded pictures. Once you select it, it's changed. There is no save button. You'll see here's your claim URL we talked about. You put in your email address. You can put in a secondary email, and I really don't know where that came from. That's not supposed to be there. Here's your name. It should all be in there. Your title. You can change that. It's kind of interesting that my school got changed because I didn't do that. There we go. But you should see your school here. Down at the bottom, you can also deactivate your account. The email and text updates, this is where you would update those. So what kind of notifications do you want? Notice it comes to your email, or you can change it to a text message to your phone. If you do that, it's going to ask for your phone number. Personally, that would drive me up a wall. That's why I leave it on email. And then I have an email rule that sends it directly into a folder so that it's not plugging up my email. But just check what you want to see. So if you want an email every time there's a new group member, you check that box. Notice I've left it unchecked because when I do these trainings, I'd have like 100 emails coming. These are the ones that I leave checked. Those are the ones that I think are important for me. Password, you can reset your password here. And then your privacy options. If you don't want to connect with other teachers, you can block connection requests. Then you can also check the box to show your profile only to your connections. So those are the settings. What I'm going to do is click on the home button up here. The last thing I want to show you before I open it up for questions, you'll see I have a notification now. We have one new group member, so I can click on that group member and welcome welcome to the Edmodo training group. So I've got options in my notifications. I can hide this from notifications. If I don't click on that or the hide all in the top right corner, that notification will keep showing up here. I can remove this person from that group, or I can set them to read only here. So I'm just going to hit hide all. When you do that, it jumps you back to your home page. What I'm going to do is scroll down to the bottom, and down at the bottom you'll see communities. And it did not reset my school yet. But you'll see your school listed first, and then you'll see the district. And if I click on the district, we can send messages throughout the district. I'm just waiting for this to back out. There's other communities right here, so we can hit browse. And here's all the communities we talked about. So here's all the subjects. And as you go down, here's all the different digital content that you have. So Dreambox Learning is in here. EduCreations is in here. If that's stuff that you use, here's Glogster. Here's GradeCam. That one I did not know was there. So if you're middle school, if you're at any of the middle schools except, no, I think all the middle schools use GradeCam. GradeCam, you can join their group and see how other teachers are using GradeCam. Khan Academy's in here. This list is just huge. I mean, since I've been in Edmodo for a little more than 2 years now, this list has almost quadrupled of all the digital content that's in here. So at this point, I'm finished with my presentation. I'm going to hit the home button to come back. I'm going to open it up to questions and see what questions you have. Keep in mind, if this is something that you want to attempt and play with and you want help, I'm happy to come out and help you. Okay, I'm not seeing any questions. You can always, oh, one just popped up. Oh, just thanks. You're welcome. I am going to go ahead and end the webinar. Thank you for your attendance. Again, this has been recorded, and at some point tomorrow, and as it's looking right now, maybe Thursday, this webinar will be uploaded to that online PD webpage. And I'm still looking for a secure place to put that online PD webpage to safely store those links. But it will be there within 48 hours for you to go back and review it if you need to. Feel free to call me, email me, whatever you need to get going with Edmodo. And thanks for your attendance, and we'll see you next time.